Boom. There you go. Hey, welcome everybody to my live flow class. We're going to be on for about maybe half an hour, and I'm going to take you through some very, very simple, very easy to manage ground flow exercises. Okay, very similar to primal flow, but this is my little creation. So now I'm going to ask you to get two things. One of them is a towel, and the other thing is either a pair of shoes so you can lift up your heels if you need to. Because at the moment, some people may find it quite difficult to get into this position where their feet are flat on the floor. Just means their ankles are tight. What you can do is you can get a set of shoes, or you can get a towel. You can wrap it up, and you can sit. Put your heels on that towel, and what it does is it takes away some of the stress of your ankles. Okay, so we're going to start off nice and gently. Now you can do this, you can either do one of two things. You can either stay in this position like I am, or as I say, you can either put something under your heels to lift yourself up slightly, or even at the beginning, you can just sit down comfortably like this. Because all we're going to do at the very beginning is activate your vagus nerve, which is going to put your body into a rest and digest nerves. Really simple. So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds through the nose and breathe out for 6 seconds through the mouth. So and in. And out. Going to breathe in 4 seconds through the nose and out for 6 seconds. Now you may not have noticed this before, but when you breathe in deeply, what you'll find is your muscles in your pelvis and all around your stomach, you'll feel them slightly tighten up. That is what you call your girdle. Okay, that is your entire abdominal system. It's like a girdle. It's like a pelvis, like the pelvic floor. It's all in one. It's like a canister or a cylinder. And again, through your nose. 4 and out for 6. In for 4 and out for 6. And we're now going to come onto your all fours like this, and all we're going to do is we're going to fire up your abdominals, your glutes. In fact, this practice fires up every muscle in your body. All you're going to do is you're gently going to lift your knees off the ground so that you are on the balls of your feet and the soles and the palms of your hands. So the balls of your feet and the palms of your hands. And all you're going to do is nice and gently, you're just going to gently move back and forth. That's all you're going to do. Look, move gently back and forth. But do your best to keep your knees underneath your hips. Because if you start bringing them out like this, you're totally and utterly working different muscle groups. The important thing here is to keep your knees underneath your hips. And if at any time it feels a bit too much, you just come down and you go again. So you're going to get ready to fire them again. You're going to gently lift your knees off the ground. There we go. And when you do this, you should automatically feel the muscles in your quads, the front of your legs, and the muscles in your abdominals automatically fire up. And just hold it. And just gently move. Move along. Keeping your knees just off the ground. Just off the ground. Here we go. And hold. And just any time, remember, you're working against yourself, so any time, just put your knees down. Okay? Even just stretch out. Okay? And again, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your knees just slightly off the ground. But also as well, remember that you're keeping your abdominals flexed and your slight arch in your back. Not too much, just so that your pelvis is nice and level. So here we go. We're going to gently lift up again. Here we go. And just hold. Hold and breathe. The important thing is to breathe. And what we're going to do, we're going to gently transition from here onto your sit bones, okay, which is your glutes or your buttocks. Just gently. There we go. Simple as that. And you're going to come back into that position. And again, to the other side, just gently sit down. There we go. My apologies for having me back to you. And again, come back. There we go. And this time, you're going to gently sit down, but this time you're going to stay down. I want you to get some body awareness. You're sitting on your sit bones. And all you're going to do, if you can, this is the thing, remember that this is a beginner's class, however, you still may not be at a level where you're doing the things that we're going to do here, okay? And it's okay, you can use your hands. At any time, put your hands down. So all we're going to do is we're going to just bring our legs up like this. And now, you can put your hands on the floor and just put your legs like this, okay? Or if you can, without your hands, great. So what you're going to do, you're going to transition like this. Up and down. Okay? And again. Up and down. And now, if your hips aren't as mobile as they can be, as they will be, the more you follow this class, you put your hands on the floor and just allow your hands to take the weight. That's all you've got to do. Is allow your hands to take the weight. We're going to do 5 on each side. 5 more. Here we go. Remember, you can use your hands. 1. And 2. 5 more. 6. Remember, if you're just joining us, you can use your hands, look, Okay, just to take the weight of your hips until your hips get mobile. There we go. We're now going to go into a different hip position. You're going to go from here. You're going to stay here. And all you're going to do, once again, you can use your hands just to take some weight, either front or back. And all we're going to do, you're going to do 5. You're going to lift off the ground. So you're going to lift your glutes off the ground. There we go. 1. So you're sitting in this position. And you're coming up. 1. There we go. So you can see me clearly. Can you see that? You see that there? 3. 4. 5. But remember, what you can do to take the weight off your hips, just gently put your hands down and lift. There we go. Now we're going to switch over. There we go. Into that position. You can see clearly. Yeah. See where my feet are? Like an S shape. And we're now going to come up again. We're going to go and 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. 1 more. But as I say, you can put your hands down. And 5. Lovely. Coming into here now. This leg is going to stay down. And this leg is going to be up. Like a number 4. You're going to breathe. You're going to engage your core. Keep your back nice and slightly arched so that it's in the right position. In the position where your spine should be. Slight arch, slight curvature of the spine. And all you're going to do, and once again, I may be repeating myself, but it's really important because I want people to be able to enjoy this flow and not hurt themselves. So you can put your hand down to bring yourself up, like this. Okay? Or if you are mobile and you feel as though you're ready to, just simply move in, just simply go 1 and down. There we go. We're going to go for 10 on each side. Here we go. 2. Using your hands if you need to, just to support yourself. 3. 4. You've got to watch for this, is that you can twinge muscles in the lower back if you're not used to this. That's why I always say use your hands if you need to, okay? 5. 6. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. 7. 8. 9. And Last but not least, on this side with the right knee up. 10. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're now going to switch. So this leg's going to come down, this leg's going to come up. Still into a number 4. And once again, we're going to do 10 nice and slowly. Here we go. 1. There we go. But as I say, that you can do is use your hands. Remember breathing. When you breathe in, it's on the breathing out that you do the practice. Okay, so in and breathe out and come up. And 2. 3. Breathe in. As you come up, breathe out. And 4. Beautiful. And again. Up. 5. And 6. Once again, as I say, I can't stress enough. You still get a lot out of it if you even put your hand down to bring yourself up, okay? And 7. And 8. And 9. And finally, here we go. And 10. Here we go. If I stand up here, can you still see me? Yeah. So okay. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. What we're going to do, we're going to do the eyes closed, soft. Now I'm going to turn this around a little bit because I feel as though it's blinding you a little bit. There we go. Right. We're going to do the eyes closed, soft knee balance. Yeah. So really simple. Okay. What we're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and you're going to lift up your leg and balance with your eyes closed, okay? Now, you'll probably have to put your foot straight down. That's fine. We're taking away one of the major parts of your senses, right? But do what you can. A good way to do this is just to keep your foot slightly down, so that if you do lose balance, you put your foot down. So you're going to lift off for as much as you can, both sides for maybe 2 or 3 attempts, okay? Here we go. Keeping your eyes closed, there we go. And down. Same again. Eyes closed, slight bend in the knee. I've managed to get to about 30 seconds before that's me lots. There we go. Keeping your eyes closed. And at any point, you need to put your foot down, you put it down. And the last one, where you'll feel is your muscles around the sides of your hips, which is your gluteus medius, right? Medials, okay? Firing. Where your balance comes from. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Standing on one leg with your eyes closed. There we go. Down onto the next leg now. Down onto your left leg. Or the right, whatever one you've done. And here we go. Lift up. Soft knee. Eyes closed. Balance. Don't lock your knee. Just leave it a little bit soft. Okay. That's 1. You're going to need your towel in a moment for your heels. 2. Last one with your eyes closed and up. Oh, there you go. Try again. There you go. Got it. And down. Okay, now get your towel, wrap your towel up, put it on the floor, okay, and just gently. Yeah. So what you're going to do, you're going to wrap your towel up, put your towel underneath your heels, or a pair of shoes underneath your heels, so that you are slightly lifting your heels off the ground. Okay, if you need to. If you can go into this position with your feet flat on the floor, brilliant, beautiful. You know, this is a position that we all used to sit in. We sacrificed mobility for comfort. You see any child, any 2-year-old, they sit in this position. So we've all done this. We've all had this position, but we've lost the ability to do it. We've forgotten. Our brain has forgotten how to do it. So you're going to get into this position. As I say, if you need to put something underneath your feet, that's absolutely fine. And all we're going to do, we're going to do some twists. Just with your hands, just come up, there you go, and just gently twist. Now, over and down. Arm up, arm down. Over, over. We're just putting both hands on the floor, breathing out on the opposite side. There we go. Both hands on the floor on the opposite side. Breathing out. And again, up and over. Now, come into this position, and you're going to just lift your heels up. There we go, like this. 1, 2. So you're going to come up onto the balls of your feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, you're going to hold on to this foot, and all you're going to do is you're going to just sweep your arm over, like this. There we go. Sweep your arm over, holding on to your left hand, right ankle, and right arm sweeping over. There we go. And back again the other way. And 3. Right arm, left ankle, left arm over. 1, 2, and 3. And again. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Now, from this position, we're now going to do, okay, we're going to come down into what's called a low guard. Really simple, okay? We're going to just come down into here, and all we're going to do, we're going to go into a plank, but come down on to your elbows. There we go. And you're going to just gently move forward and gently move back. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 forward and 2 back. The only thing that should be moving is your shoulders and your ankles to push yourself forward and relieve yourself back. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So you're in a low guard. There we go. Now, you can do now from here, you can relax your feet, relax your knees, and just bring your feet forward. There you go. There we go. When we was a kid to play soldiers, that's all we're doing. Elbows on the ground. Now we're going to come from here, gently up, onto, I call it the open chest reset. I think Primal Flow call it a crab. And you're going to just stay in this position for a moment and just gently move around. There we go. Back and forth. Gently back, gently forth. There we go. There we go. You're going to come to there and you're going to just push yourself up. Open your chest. Open your hip flexors and just push up and gently come down. You're going to work your glutes, which is obviously your backside, by pushing up. Your hip flexors are stretching out. They need stretching out because in our lifestyles we tend to sit down a lot. Let your head go back and up. Just 5. There we go. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Beautiful. And move around. There we go. Just keep moving. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Staying on there for a moment. Stay in this position. Okay. Now, you're going to come down for a moment. Sit yourself down just for a minute. There we go. Now, we're now going to go into, keeping from here, you're going to come back over into here. Now, we're going to do something now called the spine flow. Okay, really, it's such a great exercise for twisting your spine. Such a great exercise, really simple when you get used to it. Okay, now the important thing here, right, when we do this exercise, the important thing, right, is keeping your pelvis engaged. Now I did say, didn't I, that when you breathe in deeply, look, you might not notice this before, you should automatically feel your pelvis, your pelvic floor muscles, okay, where your bladder is, and your abdominal muscles, and your back muscles just suck in. What that's doing is, it's guarding all of your vital organs. So you're going, I want you to do that, and as you do this exercise, breathe out. Okay, so you're going to get in this position. What you're going to do, look, you're going to bring your left knee to your right elbow. You're going to go 1, and you're going to come up like that. See that? You're going to go 2. You're going to come up again, but this time you're going to go over like that. 3. You're going to go over like that. Now, the ideal thing to do, what you're going to be aiming to do, is go from there, look, to there and over, but keeping your hand on the floor and coming over into that position. You're going to come back over. There we go. Other arm. Here we go. Other knee. So we're going to go right knee, left elbow. 1. And up. 2. And up. Remember breathing. If you're having to stop breathing, you're pushing too hard. And finally, like this. Over, keeping both hands on the ground until you touch down the other foot and you come over. Here we go. Totally and utterly allows your spine to twist. It's really good for your thoracic spine. In other words, the bit that doesn't really move. Okay, the bit that goes through your rib cage at the back. There we go. And come back over. We're going to do that one more time. Here we go. left knee, right elbow. 1, and up. Perfect. 2, and up. And we're going to come over now, all the way over. All the way over, look. Hands on the ground, foot touches, and over you come. Nice few deep breaths, push your chest out, head back, and come back over. There we go. Once again, this time, right knee, left elbow. Here we go. Touch, and up. Touch, and up. Touch, and over, all the way over, until you touch down, and then your hand can come up. Some programs have called this a scorpion before, but I like to call it the spine flow. There we go. Perfect. Yep. Into that position, come down. Now, I'm going to do now, give us a moment, let me just check. Okay. Right, we're now going to do one more exercise, because it's only a 35-minute class. One more exercise, or one more practice. I don't like to call them exercises, because these aren't exercises, these are mobility practices. Totally different. You know, I'd still advise anyone to go to the gym, to do their exercise, this gives you the foundations. Anything you do, any exercise that you do, any sport that you do, you will do it better if you do this. It's as simple as that. This is like the foundations of a good house. So finally, we're going to do some spine flex variations, okay? Really simple. We're going to just, I think in yoga they call it the cat-cow. You're going to come up, breathing out, breathing in as you come down, breathing in there, actually breathing in as you come up and out as you go down. In as you come up, and out as you go down. And just gently keep moving your spine up and down. There we go. Up and down. What you're going to do now is you're going to just get to there, lifting. Once you're up in a cat, you're going to take your right hand, it's going to come up like that, and come under, all the way under, and back. Do 3 of them, up and down. And down. Back into the flex and extend, flex, flex, extend, flex, extend. When you get up into a flex, like a cat, you're going to come up. And 1, and under, like threading the needle. 2, and finally, up, and 3. Come and sit yourselves down, or lay down. We're going to just finish off. It's going to take a couple of minutes just to reground and bring ourselves back down. Gently breathing. And breathing out. Just gently close your eyes. And some of the exercise, some of the practices that you've done tonight, the deep squat, with the unwind, moving your spine from side to side, the 4-point reset where you lifted your knees gently off the ground, the open chest reset, the spine flow, balance. In your mind, just see yourself doing these absolutely perfectly. Breathing in and out. In and out. Again and out. In and out. One of the principles or the pillars of ground flow is flow and integration. So you integrate what you've brought out today into your everyday life. You do things slowly, you do things deliberately. You take your time. You breathe and you move. Try and allow yourself to be in the present moment without any stress. And any of those practices that you've done today, you can spend 5 minutes on each one, and yet that every single one of them gives your body a full mobility workout. Now, I hope that you've enjoyed today. We're back again next Monday, 7 p.m. If you have got any questions, please drop me a line. Just ask me a question and I'll follow it straight up. I'll come back to you. And don't forget to follow us so that you know exactly what's going on. Because I do like to catch my little boy Mason. Yeah, he's been upstairs training. Yeah, so what you do is if you follow us, I do daily uploads of small practices that you can do yourself. And thank you for joining me. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week.